Hi, girly pop. Welcome back to your little corner of the internet where we glow up from the inside out and learn how to live as the highest version of ourselves. And let's be real, the last 3 months of the year can either be the coziest glow up era or the messiest spiral if we let the darker days drag us down. Right now, everyone else is slowing down, scrolling endlessly, waiting for New Year's Eve to hit refresh. But you're here now. You clicked this video. And that already makes you one step closer to the best version of yourself. Because here's the truth. When you start now, you're ahead of everyone else. You get to move in silence while everyone else is snoozing. The gyms are empty. Distractions are fading. No one is focused. That's your secret advantage. Let's be clear. This isn't about glowing up so other people can clap for you. This is about you feeling secure in your own body, creating mental clarity, and protecting your spirit so you don't sink into sadness as the days get darker. So here's what I've got for you in today's video. I'll not only show you how these next 12 weeks can count as 12 months when it comes to achieving goals, but also I'll guide you through practical ways to strengthen the 3 pillars of your glow up: body, mind, and spirit. And if you're still doubting, ask yourself this: what happens if you don't change? Imagine yourself a few weeks from now. If you hadn't clicked this video, maybe you're further away from your goals or your best version, still scrolling, but you did click, which means you've already invested time into the most important thing in life, yourself. Claim it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn the last quarter of the year into your glow-up era, how to set identity-based goals, how to weave them into your daily rhythm, and how to stay consistent even on the days when motivation disappears. If you follow this, by New Year's Eve, you won't just look different, you'll feel different. You know why everyone falls off track in October? It's not because they're weak or lazy. It's the timeline. When a goal is stretched across 12 months, it feels endless. You keep postponing it, telling yourself you'll start later, after the holidays, maybe in the new year, but then the calendar flips, and nothing has really changed. In the 12 weeks equals 12 months approach, you compress an entire year into the last quarter. A week now carries the weight of a month. A single day stands in for a week. Suddenly, the finish line is close enough to feel real. Short horizons also make planning honest. Nobody can predict what their entire year will look like. 12 weeks, though, is tight enough to see clearly and long enough to make real progress. Identity comes first. Who do you want to be by New Year's Eve? Visualize her in detail. How do her thoughts sound in her head? What do her evenings look like after a long day? What boundaries does she keep so her peace stays protected? That image becomes the compass for the next 12 weeks. Don't worry, part 2 of this video will help you sharpen that vision. Once the compass is set, the map gets simple. Big outcomes are seductive but slippery because they live outside your direct control. Easy example, instead of saying lose 10 pounds, you decide complete 36 workouts before New Year's Eve. Instead of hit 10,000 followers, you commit to publish 15 reels and 15 stories. Results still matter, but they become the scoreboard, not the steering wheel. Weekly planning becomes your power move. A Sunday reset works beautifully. Review the last week, write what you did well and what you can do better. Each week is a full month, so delaying even 2 days is like wasting most of that month. The feeling keeps you honest without shaming you. Scoring is where this system really bites in. The 12-week method works because it measures both results and execution. Did you actually follow through on the actions you promised yourself? That score tells the truth, not to punish you, but to guide you. Accountability changes everything when the days get short. A weekly check-in with yourself or with a partner makes a huge difference. In fact, send this video to a friend you want to do the challenge with and tackle it together. You look at the scoreboard, face the truth kindly, and choose one shift for the coming week. No grand speeches, no guilt, no brand new plans every Friday. Just the next right move. This gentle relentlessness builds trust in yourself, and trust fuels momentum when motivation disappears. Course correction happens fast in a 12-week world. A plan that looked brilliant on paper can fall flat by Halloween. In this model, you notice within 7 days and you pivot. Maybe morning workouts aren't sticking because the sun rises late, so you shift them to lunch and pair them with a cozy soup. Maybe your content schedule was too ambitious, so you scale it back and keep the quality high. You don't get stuck. You adjust and keep moving. One missed day inside this metaphor equals one missed week in a normal month. you feel the cost quickly, which is the point. Wake up, forgive yourself, and string together your next 2 solid days. The math of compounding is on your side when you start again immediately, and celebration is built in. Every week deserves a reward, no matter how small. Buy a new book, treat yourself to skincare you've been eyeing, make a ritual of lighting candles with your dinner, or soak in a hot bath on a rainy night. Even the tiniest rewards signal that progress is worth honoring right now. You don't wait until the end of 12 weeks to feel proud. You survived a whole new month in the span of 7 days. That deserves a toast. Let's take the 12-week system and pour it into something you can feel in your everyday life. Because goals are only powerful if they touch every part of you, your body, your mind, and your spirit. When you think about a glow-up, it's tempting to focus only on the external, how your skin looks, whether your jeans fit better, or what people notice when you walk into a room. But a real glow-up is never one-dimensional. The most powerful progress happens when you strengthen 3 connected areas at the same time. These 3 pillars are ancient, they show up in Ayurveda, Hindu philosophy, and even in modern wellness. They remind us that you're not just a checklist machine, you're a whole woman with layers that need to stay in balance. Your habits, thoughts, emotions, and inner energy are not separate compartments. They interact constantly. When one of these 3 pillars is neglected, the others eventually weaken too. Let's begin with the body. Your eating patterns, your daily movement, and your sleep quality are the most basic, but also the most transformative levers you can pull. The aim is not perfection, and certainly not restriction, but awareness. Ask yourself, how do I feel after I eat? Do I wake up rested? Do I give my body enough opportunities to move, even in gentle ways like walking or stretching? This season is actually a perfect time to experiment. As the weather cools, food naturally becomes heavier and more comforting. You don't need to reject that. Instead, notice what nourishes you. If you enjoy chocolate milk on the couch during a rainy evening, let it become part of your ritual. If you love baking, turn that into gingerbread cookies shared with a friend. The point is to create a lifestyle where food and movement contribute to stability and joy, rather than becoming reactive coping mechanisms for darker moods. Now, the mind. Mental clarity is not just about productivity. It's about reducing unnecessary noise so you can hear yourself think. Practices like journaling, reading, or simply tidying your space are not luxuries, they're maintenance. Just as you wouldn't leave dirty dishes in the sink for weeks, you can't expect your mind to thrive without some regular cleaning. Notice what you consume mentally too. The content you watch, the accounts you follow, the conversations you participate in. Each of these leaves an imprint on how you think and how motivated you feel. Protect your input if you want to elevate your output. And finally, the spirit. This is the least tangible, but often the most neglected pillar. Spirit is about connection to yourself, to others, and to something larger than you. That might mean prayer, meditation, or simply walking in nature with your phone left at home. Spirit is nurtured through presence, through rituals that remind you of your values, and through boundaries that prevent you from draining your energy on the wrong things. When your spirit is grounded, external challenges don't shake you as easily. The reason these 3 pillars matter together is because they form a feedback loop. Poor sleep weakens your mental clarity. A restless mind makes it harder to maintain spiritual practices. A neglected spirit often shows up as stress in the body. When you strengthen one pillar, you give energy to the others. That is why a holistic glow-up is so much more sustainable than chasing quick fixes in only one area. So as you prepare for your 12-week sprint, I want you to pause and reflect on these 3 areas. Notice where you already feel strong and where you feel out of balance. Your goals for the next 12 weeks should be guided by this reflection. You can choose one main goal for each area: body, mind, and spirit. Or if one feels especially neglected, place more focus there. What matters is not the number of goals, but the alignment. Each one should bring you closer to the version of yourself you want to meet on New Year's Eve. If the 12-week strategy is the big picture, the daily and weekly system is the rhythm that keeps it alive. Goals only transform you when they show up in the fabric of your days. That's why structure matters more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but rhythm carries you forward. A weekly reset is your anchor. I love Sunday for this, but you can pick any day that feels like a fresh page. Take 20 minutes to look back. What did you complete? Where did you slip? What patterns do you notice? Then set the focus for the week ahead. In the 12-week model, 1 week is as valuable as a whole month, so skipping this step is like losing track of an entire season. From there, break your focus down into a handful of actions that are small enough to complete, but powerful enough to compound. Think 3 to 5 things for the week, not 30. For example, under body, it might be get 3 workouts in. Under mind, it might be journal twice. Under spirit, it could be 1 evening walk without my phone. These don't look dramatic on paper, but repeated week after week, they rewire who you are. On a daily level, lean into rhythms instead of rigid schedules. Morning and evening rituals help, even simple ones like lighting a candle before journaling or making tea before opening your laptop. They signal to your brain that you're shifting into a focused state. Pair tasks with cues you already have in your life so they become automatic. And don't underestimate review. Tracking isn't about obsessing, it's about staying honest. At the end of each day, glance at your actions. Did you follow through? Did you skip? And if so, why? This isn't judgment, it's data. In 12 weeks, the women who succeed aren't the ones who never missed. They're the ones who noticed quickly, adjusted, and kept moving. And still, even with the best systems, there will be days when you feel off. The weather is heavy, your energy dips, or unexpected responsibilities take up your time. Old patterns would have you scrap the whole day. I'll start again tomorrow. But in the 12-week system, a day is as valuable as a week. Waiting for tomorrow is too expensive. That's why you need 2 tools, the 1% Better List and your non-negotiables. The 1% Better List is a simple evening reflection. Before bed, ask yourself, what did I do today that made me just a little bit better or brought me one step closer to my goal? Write it down. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Maybe you skipped the soda and drank water instead. Maybe you researched new job openings even if you didn't apply yet. Or maybe you went for a short walk when you wanted to stay on the couch. These actions might feel small, but when you name them daily, something shifts. You stop ending the day in guilt over what you didn't do, and instead build proof that you are moving forward, even if it's one tiny step at a time. Over time, your brain starts scanning for these moments automatically during the day. You begin thinking in terms of how can I be 1% better right now without the heavy pressure of perfection. Non-negotiables are the backbone. These are the habits you commit to every single day, no matter what. Think of them as your contract with yourself. The wizard Liz talks about this a lot. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about proving to yourself that you can keep the promises you make. Your list doesn't need to be long. 1 or 2 things is enough. Maybe it's meditating for 1 minute, journaling a single sentence, or reading 1 page before bed. On good days, you'll naturally do more. On bad days, these minimums make sure you don't break the chain. And here's the quiet magic. When you reflect each night on what made you 1% better, and when you keep your non-negotiables alive every single day, your identity begins to change. You're no longer the person who quits when it gets hard. You're the woman who notices progress, protects her momentum, and follows through. That shift builds trust with yourself, and trust is stronger than any burst of motivation. If you've made it this far, then you already proved something important. You're serious about finishing this year strong. Most people wait for January to flip a calendar and hope their motivation magically appears. You're not waiting. You've already started. Over the next 12 weeks, your only job is to keep showing up. Lean on the system, body, mind, spirit. Use your Sunday resets, protect your non-negotiables, write your 1% better list every night. None of it has to look perfect. What matters is that you keep stacking small wins until they carry you into the new year with momentum. And picture this. It's New Year's Eve. You're standing there in your dress or your cozy pajamas, looking back at the last 3 months. Instead of feeling like you wasted them waiting for January, you feel proud, clear, and steady because you already started becoming her. So don't just scroll away and forget this. Pick one thing right now, one first step. Write it down, start today, and come back to this video whenever you need a reset. And if you want even more accountability, share this video with a friend and do the 12-week glow up together. Trust me, it's so much easier when you have someone walking the path with you. You've got this, girl. By the time the clock strikes midnight, you won't just look different, you'll feel different. And that's the glow up that lasts.